From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
The countdown begins for this group trying to legalize marijuana for recreational use, the roadblocks they face to get it on the ballot.
We need immediate relief.
A change in flight plans angered a number of Phoenicians who never expected their homes to be under the path of planes. What the Phoenix City Council intends to do about it.
This is so weird.
These unconventional spa tools may be swimming their way to the Supreme Court.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Brenda Carrasco.
And I'm Lauren Hanley. Arizona voters may soon be deciding whether Arizona will be the next state to legalize recreational marijuana use.
Today, marijuana policy activists are filing a statewide ballot initiative to regulate and tax marijuana like alcohol.
Reporter Mariah Hickerson met with the activists.
Marijuana Policy Project has been working towards this ballot initiative for nearly 4 months. It would regulate and tax marijuana like alcohol. The marijuana policy activists dropped off the petitions for the statewide ballot initiative. If approved, the law would allow adults 21 years of age or older to privately consume, possess, and grow limited amounts of marijuana. It would also put a 15% tax on the drug. The money would be used to fund the implementation and enforcement of regulations. Additional revenue would go to the Department of Education. Representatives supporting the measure believe that this could improve the future of Arizona.
This is a bill that's going to create some social justice and get rid of the black market, or at least put a real hurt into the black market.
I believe that the Arizona voters recognize it's time to try something different than prohibition.
Cronkite News also talked with a group called Arizonans for Responsible Drug Policy, which plans to start a public awareness campaign against the legalization effort. The chairman of the group said, quote, "This is nothing society needs," and went on to say that anyone comparing marijuana to alcohol should just look at the cost of alcohol to our country. Mariah Hickerson, Cronkite News.
It wasn't long ago that Proposition 203, or the Arizona Medical Marijuana Act, went through a similar process. It allows Arizonans with specific medical conditions to be treated with certain amounts of marijuana. Prop 203 was sponsored by the Arizona Medical Marijuana Policy Project, and it passed by the narrow margin of 50.13% of the vote, making Arizona the 15th state to legalize medical marijuana. From a national perspective, the Marijuana Policy Project claims it has been behind most of the major state-level marijuana policy reforms enacted in the past decade. That includes a 2012 initiative in Colorado, which made it the first to legalize recreational marijuana. Right now, the states you also see in bright blue, Alaska, Washington State, and Oregon, have similar laws to regulate marijuana like alcohol. The states in black, including California, Nevada, Maryland, and New York, have also decriminalized possession of small amounts of marijuana. Cronkite News has compiled a full interactive timeline on the marijuana policies and laws here in Arizona. Just go to CronkiteNewsOnline.com. Meanwhile, the National Marijuana Movie will be the topic of a major Cronkite School Carnegie Night News 21 initiative. Look for that investigative project this summer.
The city of Phoenix may sue the Federal Aviation Administration for changing flight paths to and from Sky Harbor without alerting the city. The city council held a special policy session yesterday on the issue. Cronkite News reporter Justin Duffy was there.
We need immediate relief.
Angry residents lined up for hours to sound off about the new sounds in their neighborhood. The FAA changed flight departure paths at Sky Harbor back in September, directing planes over several historic neighborhoods along Grand Avenue. Since then, neighbors and city officials have filed complaints with the FAA.
This is a very, very vocal, historically active downtown.
Thank you.
For us, this is creating instability. It's creating loss of productivity.
The FAA expedited the process for these new flight paths using what it calls categorical exclusions, allowing them to bypass environmental impact studies. But Mayor Greg Stanton said that the FAA ensured no impact on the quality of life for residents.
We don't know why they said that, and the assumption is that they They may have believed it themselves, but they were wrong.
City representatives who have been meeting with the FAA now say that the agency did not consider alternatives presented by the city. Meanwhile, the FAA administrator claims that the city did not provide enough input to the working group.
My motion is to discontinue the engagement of the PBN working group.
Councilwoman Laura Pastor wants the FAA to reinstate the old flight pass. That plan now moves to executive session.
They need to do it the Phoenix way. The Phoenix way is going out to the community, having these meetings, and listening to the community and coming up with a solution. They haven't done that, and that's the wrong way.
If these don't work, the city could file suit against the FAA as soon as next month. In Phoenix, Justin McDuffie, Cronkite News.
Residents in a West Phoenix neighborhood are fighting to stop the construction of new homes next to the White Sox Dodgers training facility. I spoke with residents to find out why they are so opposed to the new homes and why they think the new zoning will only cause trouble. Beyond the tumbleweeds and thick brush is open land that for years has served residents of this West Phoenix community for recreational use. But this week, the City of Phoenix Planning Commission voted to change the area's zoning to allow construction of hundreds of new homes by developer Bella Flor. And residents are not happy.
It will add a bunch of traffic, increase to a struggling school system where they already have 40+ kids per class. And we're not anti-development. Everybody in this area wants development, but we want development that enhances the community, not things that detract.
The previous zoning allowed for the construction of farm-style properties that match the current neighborhood adjacent to the open land.
Again, we want to have the input from the neighborhoods. The applicant has been reaching out to them, trying to obtain different perspectives from them.
But neighbors worry the new residential homes will disrupt their quiet environment that comes along with having acre homes.
All we're asking is they just stay at the current zoning and the current general plan, and we'd be happy.
This is one of many posters residents put up in opposition of the rezoning. Residents have one more chance to appeal the committee's decision before Bella Flor is allowed to build up to 280 homes in the land right behind me.
And we're just a neighborhood. We're just people that live here. We're trying to protect our lifestyles, and we are up against a pretty hard fight.
For the appeal, the city will need a 3/4 vote in order for the zoning change to be implemented.
Scottsdale Community College hosted two very different speakers for Genocide Awareness Week. Many people attended to hear the stories from the daughter of a Holocaust survivor and the son of a Nazi soldier.
Janice Freebaum believes she has an obligation to share her father's experience.
For those of us who are descendants of the victims and the perpetrators, we often will share more in common than not. And I think that's a really powerful message about humanity.
Bjorn Krondorfer has previously shared his father's experience as a World War II German soldier.
In our talks, we realized that same years that our fathers are the same age. They have something to do with Poland, something to do with Germany, something to do with America, and that the stories on some level sound somewhat familiar, but of course they're really from completely different perspectives.
The audience was captivated by their testimonies.
I choke up very easily. It was very moving, it was very personal. And when you see a lot of the things that happened and hear some of the stories, it's hard to, understand exactly how that could happen in today's world, but it did happen, and that's what we have to learn from.
Freebaum admits she sees the conflict in this connected presentation.
In some way, my murdered grandparents and aunt and uncles, in some crazy way, are looking at me and saying thank you.
But Krondorfer says it's important to share because after tragedy, a silence tends to develop that needs to be broken.
I feel like I've worked through some of these emotional issues.
In Scottsdale, Ariel Rose, Cronkite News.
Together, Freebaum and Krondorfer plan to retell their family's experience more often in the future. Coming up next on Cronkite News, Teen Mom may be a hit reality show, but teen pregnancy continues to decline as the reality for young women across the country. What experts say is the reason.
This winter, we'll take you to the heart of Downton.
You have to take control of your feelings before they take control of you.
Thomas. We'll place you at the scene of the crime.
Trouble seeks you out, doesn't it?
Yes.
And we'll fly you to the ends of the earth.
Are you seeing this?
Support the one place that can take you any place.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Beth McDonald, host of 8's brand new show, Arizona Collectibles. Filming for season 2 is right around the corner. For your chance to be a guest on the show, visit us online at azpbs.org/collectibles.
That's wonderful.
Okay. Make sure to sign up early because spots fill up fast. I look forward to meeting you and seeing your treasures. Until then, thanks for watching. Thursday nights at 7:30 on 8 HD.
News doesn't stop on Friday at 7:30 at night. PBS NewsHour Weekend is kind of a natural next step. The NewsHour's been committed to being available on air or online, and now weekdays or weekends. There's no shortage of news that's out there, but why do people come to us? To give them some context and analysis that they can't find somewhere else.
PBS NewsHour Weekend, only on PBS. Check local listings.
It's been a long time coming, but the town of Payson will soon be the future home to a four-year university that might partner with ASU. I went to the town of 16,000 people to find out the next steps for Payson joining Arizona's university system. Payson High School seniors will soon have a new higher education option close to home.
A lot of my friends are actually going to ASU as well. And if there was a campus to come up here, I think it would probably just enforce that even more.
Despite some worries about a college crowd coming to a small rural town, the majority seems to be looking forward to the development.
At least 80% or more of people are supportive or very supportive of the campus.
And this won't be your typical university. It will be one of the degree programs offered and the main focus of the entire project, sustainability. So instead of cutting down all of these trees and completely leveling the area, the plan is to build the university seamlessly among the already existing landscape.
Mining, forestry, sustainability, things that students would be able to use right here in the Rim Country, be able to live here in the Rim Country, build a family and have a professional career here.
Which is perfect for Payson natives who want to stay local.
A lot of kids have deep family roots here, and there's some pretty big old families here, and I think that'll promote education for them because a lot of them aren't really interested in going that far out of this area.
I think there's a lot of anxiety with them to leave because it is a small town and they'll be going to the valley or a huge community. Most of them want to get that four-year degree. And I think if that was here for them, I think a lot of them would stay around.
The next step will be finalizing the land purchase, which involves Tonto National Forest property. Once that's cleared, they'll move forward with exploring university affiliations. The plan is to open for fall 2017.
Rates of teen pregnancy have reached a new low in recent times, and while Arizona teens are having less babies, birth rates for Hispanics remain relatively high. Cronkite News reporter Tara Terragino has more on these numbers.
We have seen enormous progress nationally.
Over the past 2 decades, teen pregnancy dropped by half and teen births fell 57%. And while many experts can't pinpoint why these impressive declines are happening, some say it comes down to 2 things.
Less sex and more contraception.
Albert and others also point to less obvious factors.
You're gonna be grandma again.
Like MTV.
I'm sorry, what?
These shows, 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom, for teens who watch the shows, they really do see them as sort of sex education for the 21st century.
There's been declines in all 50 states, including Arizona, and among all racial ethnic groups. But Latina teens are still twice as likely to get pregnant as white teens because they started so far behind. Experts say the reasons are complex.
Historically, Latinas have had limited access to reproductive health care. They may have experienced language barriers or lack of access to health insurance.
Kapler says disparities continue to persist, and there's still a lot of work to be done to close the gap.
We're really focused on reducing disparities in teen pregnancy by developing and evaluating programs in those communities that have really high rates of teen births.
The Office of Adolescent Health made efforts in Arizona by funding 2 teen pregnancy prevention programs, one specifically tailored for Latina teens. Reporting from Washington, D.C., Tara Terragino, Cronkite News.
It's a spa tool you won't find in your average beauty salon, but it's made a splash since it was introduced in the U.S. How these little fish are being used and why its use is being looked at by the Supreme Court.
We've had some cooler temperatures and some gusty winds the last couple of days, but those 90s won't be held at bay for much longer. I'll have your full forecast coming up.
For veterans, coming back to civilian life brings new challenges, new opportunities, and new stories of remarkable courage and accomplishment. Sharing their stories can help communities understand the veteran experience, and through Arizona Veterans Coming Home, 8 connects veterans and their families to resources and services for a successful transition to civilian life. Explore some of the best resources and opportunities for veterans at azpbs.org/veterans. Arizona Veterans Coming Home, connecting Arizona's veterans to the right resources at the right time. Watch sneak previews of what's coming soon to 8. Go to azpbs.org/previews today. Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University, delivers new ideas and new worlds to the explorer in you.
The Supreme Court could decide today whether or not it will take the case of a Gilbert spa owner who ran afoul of state bureaucrats. Andrew Romanoff is in the Capitol to find out more about the fishy background to this case.
We do hair, we do skin care.
Pedicure today, right?
We do even the spray tan. The fish spa, like if you want a fish regular pedicure, it's a $65 for 15 minutes.
Yes, you heard her right. For $65, you can have little toothless fish nibble on your feet at this Virginia spa.
This is so weird.
Yvonne of Yvonne's Day Spa says her fish pedicures were the first in the U.S., but weren't the last.
I heard a lot, I mean like everywhere. They all shut down because they don't do it right.
One that followed, Levine Nails and Spa in Gilbert.
On this space here used to be a spa fish. From that corner, go all the way around.
But the State Board of Cosmetology shut it down.
We believe that they use a tool. It's a fish and it can't be disinfected.
Arizona's highest court sided with the board, so the Goldwater Institute is helping the owner appeal to the Supreme Court in Washington.
We want to obviously make sure that the government can protect public health and safety, but that we're also protecting the right of entrepreneurs to engage in legal businesses.
A doctor from the American Academy of Dermatology says there are valid health concerns.
You have to be very cognizant of the proper sterility degree for the equipment.
But the people who took the plunge at Yvonne say they're not too worried about their safety.
It just seems pretty simple to me. Just fish eating off the dead skin of your foot.
It's just a comforting feeling that I know, oh, like they clean it and they clean my feet before I go in.
Yvonne says she's not worried about her own spa getting shut down and wants to share it with more people.
So they should try one time to see and feel in the Mother Nature is so beautiful.
In Alexandria, Virginia, Andrew Romanoff, Cronkite News.
The Goldwater Institute expects to find out if the Supreme Court will take up the Gilbert case by Monday.
This week marks the 5th anniversary of the Let's Move initiative by First Lady Michelle Obama. To celebrate, she planted vegetables with children from all over the country. Reporter Liliana Salgado was at the White House for the event.
The Arizona Petrified Forest might not be the first thing you think of when you hear the word spring or plants. For little Anna, that's not the case.
That's the forest Anna decided to represent when she got invited to plant vegetables with the First Lady. She gave me her reasoning before getting to plant.
Because we were there on National Fossil Day, so we got to take a hike with a paleontologist, and that was really cool.
Anna is part of the Junior Ranger program, which is part of the Let's Move initiative that began after Michelle Obama planted the first vegetable garden in hopes of getting
the country really jiving and working around gardening. You guys like that word?
And so gardening they did.
All right, well, let's move. Let's get planting. Get it done.
Once Anna was done, she described her experience with 2 words.
Awesome, cool.
Keeping in mind that physical activity is
Healthy for you, and it's just fun to be active.
Now she's ready to go home and tell her friends all about it.
I'd recommend it to them and tell them that I totally want them to do it.
And well, this is the 7th year that the First Lady has planted a vegetable garden with children from across the country. Reporting from the White House, Liliana Salgado, Cronkite News.
Those fish pedicures could come in handy as we enter sandal season. Jason Holmes has the 5-day forecast and what weather we can expect this weekend.
Well, right now we've actually have some really nice conditions out there right now. It's been a really refreshing Friday. Current temperature is 79 degrees. You can see the air is pretty dry, just 11% humidity. We do have winds out of the north at 7 miles per hour. They have been gusting a little bit breezier at times this afternoon, 15 to 20 miles per hour at times. You can see the high this afternoon was 80 degrees, a little bit below average for this time of year, which is actually pushing up into the mid-80s, which is quite the contrast from where we were last week when we were well above average. You can see the radar picture right now across the region. We had a big system come through the area about midweek. No rainfall here in the Phoenix area, but you can see there's plenty of rain off to the east and even some snow up here in parts of Colorado, as well as a little bit of rain and snow in northern Arizona here. Temperatures have been much cooler again for the week. Right now, 79 here in Phoenix, 77 in Vegas, and 69 in El Paso. Taking a look a little bit closer to home here. You can see down there in Yuma, we're warmer than everybody else. It's pretty typical for you guys down there. 85 degrees, much cooler up north, just 44 at the Grand Canyon and 46 at Flagstaff. Over in Prescott, we're at 60. Taking a look at the forecast for tonight, expecting clear skies, just a passing cloud here or there, low down to 58. So you might need to grab a jacket. It's going to be a little bit chilly overnight. As we head into that 5-day forecast, those warmer temperatures are going to be on the way right away, starting with tomorrow's high temperature of 89. We'll be in the low 90s Sunday and Monday with plenty of sunshine. Wednesday, maybe a little bit cooler again with those highs in the low 80s and some clouds, maybe a slight chance for rain as well. For your Cronkite weather, I'm Jason Holmes.
People still dig the groove and spin around their rooms while listening to this unparalleled sound. How this music form is being celebrated here in the Valley.
At ASU, we believe the most important semester is the one that starts after you get your diploma, the one called life. So we work hard to help our alumni thrive, teaching them the importance of not only achieving their goals, but exceeding them. With innovative programs that embrace hands-on learning that encourages real-world growth. Our alumni know it can be the education of a lifetime, for a lifetime. For more information, thrive.asu.edu.
Should I believe in the world, Mama? I think so. Should I give up and hide, or should I stay and fight? Should I believe in the rules, Mama?
What are the consequences?
Can I speak out my mind in these changing times? I don't know what to believe, Mama.
Will you march with us?
There's a fire inside, there's a storm on the rise. Give me a reason to be, Mama.
Buonasera.
'Cause I need someone to believe, believe, believe in.
The world is more complicated than it's ever been.
The NewsHour is always going to take you deeper and take you broader.
And that is worth fighting for.
Night after night, 7 days a week.
I'm Maria Hinojosa.
I'm Gwen Eichel. And I'm Judy Woodruff.
On behalf of all of us here, thanks for watching.
Cronkite News is proud to join the Arizona PBS News Block here on 8HD.
Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
Coming up next, it's Arizona Horizon's Journalists Roundtable. The governor signs a bill that could jeopardize the health insurance of over 200,000 Arizonans, and the governor grants a $700,000 tax reprieve to a state helicopter company.
I'm Judy Woodruff. On the next NewsHour, the battle for Iraq, an on-the-ground report on the fight for Anbar. That's Friday on the PBS NewsHour.
Record Store Day is kicking it off here in the Valley, and this Saturday bringing together independent record stores from all over the world.
Cronkite News reporter Casey Brecker went down and talked to a few shops throughout Phoenix to see how they're preparing for the big day.
Record Store Day will be spinning its way into thousands of independently owned record stores all over the Valley to celebrate the love of vinyl music. This Saturday, April 18th, customers have the opportunity to experience the rich sound you can only get from one thing: vinyl. Hundreds are expected to fill shops worldwide where they can pick up their own limited edition vinyl records.
We literally have an 18-wheeler pull into our parking lot to unload boxes of records.
Kimber Lanning, owner of Stinkweed's Record Shop, has been a part of Record Store Day since it began in 2007 and explains the thrill customers get when adding that new piece of vinyl to their collection.
And there's something unique about record stores. You just can't duplicate that experience any other way.
But do people still buy records?
I still listen to record almost every single day at home.
18-year-old Hannah Casey, an employee at Revival Records in Phoenix, has had a love for records her entire life.
You can get any kind of music, and so much different stuff comes in, and you get to play it, and you get to see what people were doing and listening to 15, 20, 30 years ago.
Record Store Day brings in all generations, celebrating the authenticity of vinyl records.
We end up with all of our regular customers, tons of new customers. We get kids and their parents and their grandparents. It's just a fantastic day to come out and celebrate music.
Since Record Store Day has begun, there has been a huge increase in vinyl sales throughout the nation. According to Nielsen, vinyl sales hit a record high last year alone, selling more than 9 million units. In Phoenix, Casey Brecker, Cronkite News.
It looks like vinyl records will spin here and all across Arizona. 16 stores throughout the state will be participating in the 7th annual Record Store Day. And that's it for Cronkite News tonight.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Find top Arizona stories anytime at CronkiteNewsOnline.com.